The moment a coach stops being coachable is the moment leadership starts slipping. Let's try it again. The moment a coach stops being coachable is the moment their leadership starts to slip. We'll be right back.
Hey, coach. Yes, you. You feeling burned out? Players not locked in? Parent drama wearing you down? Well, this is the place for you. The Coach's Code podcast, where we help you lead with purpose, protect your peace, and build programs that last. So do me a favor, coach. Subscribe to this channel, hit that bell if you're on YouTube, and share this with another coach who's trying to do it the right way. Your journey just got a whole lot stronger. Welcome to the Coach's Code podcast.
So we want to say good afternoon, good evening to everybody here from the beautiful city of Shreveport, Louisiana, Shreveport Bossier. And thank you for coming in for another episode of the Coach's Code podcast. Excited about another Monday evening to spend with you all. Just getting the opportunity to kind of chop it up a little bit and talk about some things. Last week we had a really good show with Coach Collins, and that show kind of sparked the thought process that is very, very important. And we want to jump in there. But before we do that, we're going to first right now just do our declaration. You can see it there on the screen, our bound by purpose declaration. And this is for all of us as coaches to speak and to, declare over our lives. And let me fix my camera here a little bit. Y'all bear with me. And we're going to jump right in and jump right into this episode for today. All right. Bound by purpose declaration. I am bound by purpose. I don't need to have it all figured out to be effective. I don't need to be flawless to be faithful. I don't need to be perfect to be honest. I lead others not because I've arrived, but because I've been through the fire. And I choose to grow, or I chose to grow. I will live by the coach's code. I will coach with purpose. I will optimize team dynamics. I will drive success through well being. I will empower through modeling. I am not overwhelmed. I'm on assignment. I was built for this, and I am still becoming. Man, that's good stuff. I'm still becoming. That hit real hard for me. And even in the becoming, I am enough. I will finish my assignment with joy. I will steward every moment and every life I touch. And when I fail, I will get back up through God's mercy. I am bound by purpose and I will lead like it. All right. So, again, like I said, very, very excited about another opportunity to be here with you today. And today, man, we are going to, and y'all excuse me, I'm just trying to get my screen and everything all together. All right. And today we're talking about why every coach needs a mentor. Okay. Growth, humility, and the power of being coachable. Why every coach needs a mentor. And what y'all do is excuse me because on this show, I don't mind being transparent. There is there's a glitch with my phone here, and I'm not able to send out text messages. So Coach Collins is supposed to join me. So what I'm gonna do is right now is I'm gonna make sure I email this over to him, this link, so he can get opportunity to join in here for the show. But definitely excited about this topic for the day. So just jumping right in, I wrote a book called The Desire to Be Mentored, ebook, found on my website. And one of the things that I've learned over time and say that I'm recognizing right now, a lot of people just finished up their AAU seasons. So a lot of traveling, a lot of ball, a lot of people sacrificing their time for kids to have an opportunity to be seen. And that's a wonderful thing, and we're definitely grateful. We're grateful for those who take the time out to spend with our kids. But one thing I'm also recognizing too is that just from a pure basketball perspective and sports perspective, is just being in this moment, just being honest, man. I think that we're understanding that you need a mentor. As coaches, need to have someone with us. We need to have people that we can look up to. And what's up, Coach Collins, man? Jumping in. Hey, good to see you, man. How you doing
What's up,
today?
brother? Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Oh
Just
man, nothing
hanging
much,
in here.
man. I didn't know if you had got my message. My phone been acting up, so I didn't know if you had got it. And so did you receive it?
No, I just actually I turned my computer on
Uh huh.
and I seen the email, so I just
Okay, then.
clicked on it.
Yeah. So
And
I
I
got
figured
something
you
going
know,
on. I got something going on my phone, man. It's not sending out text messages. And so
well,
so
we
that's on.
talked, we talked earlier, so I figured you
Yeah.
was just, try to be a, if you say something, it's going to pretty much be accurate. I'm gonna
Hey,
do
there
it.
you go. There you go. There you
Yes,
go.
sir.
That's good. So there you go, folks. My word is good.
So I just
But
figured let me
man, I
let me
was
jump
just
on it if I can see that. I
yeah.
figured it'd be
Well, that's good.
something had to happen.
That's good. That's good. I'm glad it worked out that way. But yeah, man, just you and I, man, we always have great conversation. And one of the things that kind of hit home with me last week's conversation, man, right now, we finishing up AAU season, those that's out on the road and moving around and all that stuff there, which is great. But, here we're gonna be honest. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk here. We're gonna talk about the obvious, the things that we see. Of course, I've got 20 years in as a head. You're going into your fourth season,
Yeah,
fourth
yeah.
season as a
Fourth
head,
year, fourth season,
and a lot of years as
4
an
years.
assistant coach. So one of the things, man, before the late great Dave Bryant passed away, man, you know, I just feel like in today's arena, I don't think young coaches are seeking help, bro. I just don't. Let me just go ahead and
Yeah,
say it. I don't think they're being intentional about seeing programs and coaches that do it the way that they want to, whatever it is their vision is, and seeking out those coaches and getting help. And so last week I
yeah.
shared this, but I'm gonna say it again for context, and we'll let the conversation move on. But man, my first year as a high school head coach, my first it was a half season. I got the job in December of
Hmm.
2007. And Coach Mac Braxton at Lakeview, legendary coach, man. Man, so many hundreds of wins, school's first state championship. Just a legend. He passed away. They had a guy that was coaching, a real good guy, Scooter Williams, and he didn't get his certification, and I got opportunity to step in, man, and came in half season, played the district out, had a tough district down there. First round, we got the 32 seed, and our
Hmm.
gift was Coach Errol Goff and the St. Thomas
Right.
Aquinas and they was
Yeah.
going for their second state championship in a row. And he introduced me to high school basketball with a 49-point beatdown. Okay. And man, but you know what, man? But when it happened, after that game, we exchanged phone numbers. I got his
Hmm.
number and say, Coach, man, I want to learn how to look like that.
Right.
And man, and after he won his second state championship with St. Thomas Aquinas, probably a couple of weeks later, he lived in South Louisiana, man, down in New Orleans area, bruh. I went and spent the whole day with him. Whole day, 5-hour drive. I got in my little car and I went down there, got up early, and I went down and I spent a whole day with Coach Golf and sat in his presence and had an opportunity, man, to learn, what it is that he did to become what he had become. Of course, we know you got to have players, but you got to have a plan, you got to have a structure. And man, for me at that time, he was one of my first mentors. And to this very day, when I got the job at the Evangel, my first time at a private school, I'm on the phone with him, talking to him, asking questions. What am I getting myself into?
Right.
What do I need to be prepared for? And I've been in the game for 20 years, and I still have
Yeah.
a list of coaches that I will pick up the phone, retired or if they still working, that I'll reach out to, man, to always check myself. And I just feel like, Justin, that today we got a lot of guys getting in, but they're not finding leadership. They're not finding guys who put the years in to help them navigate all of the things that we got to deal with as coaches. So my question for you is that when you went from being an assistant coach in a state championship program to being the head coach and continuing that legacy, did you find yourself leaning more, after you became a head coach, the guys that mentored you or you looked up to, or if you had not really, looked up to anybody, like, did you find yourself leaning on them more once you took on the role as a head coach?
It's crazy. I got a text from a up and coming coach the other day, sitting down and talking, and I thought to myself, "We want to talk about how to get started." I'm like, man, I don't have time. I got to figure it out myself. But I took that as a you know what I mean? That's kind of like, man, it make you feel good that you took the time to even reach out. It kind of didn't really know because it was a text message. I called. Didn't really know how, what I'm going to get into. I think he was afraid. He didn't know how I was going to respond, in a sense. That's how and he was like, man, kind of relieved that I was like, yeah, man, let's do that, man. That's awesome. And that's crazy. But that's just how, he may not felt that way. But it was like, he kind of like, he took a breath like, man, thank you, coach, for even, calling me. Like, anytime. You know what I'm saying? Like, that ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? But for me, man, the late great Coach David Bryant, he had already spoke this stuff, people don't know. He already spoke this stuff into
he did.
When I wasn't even thinking about it. He was saying this stuff, man. Like, and I wish he was able to see, the fruit of his labor and the things that he has already instilled. He was telling me, man, gonna get your certification, man. You're gonna be a head coach one day, man. You're gonna do X, Y, and Z. And I'm just like, I'm laughing, yeah, all right, coach. I'm telling you, man. And and I was just like, wow, it actually happened. It happened. Like, you just saying all type of stuff, man. You just seen a lot of stuff that I didn't even pay attention to. So, man, the best thing for me, man, I lean on. I just watched a lot, man. I'm not a big question asker, but the best advice that Coach Bo and those guys gave me, hey, man, coach, you'll figure it out, man. But just call me if you need me. You'll figure it out. You smart enough, guy. You'll figure it out. But if you need me, call me. And that's just, man, that's something that always stuck. Even my older brother, man, I kind of lean on people who not even in the game.
All right.
Which is not, I wouldn't tell nobody else to do it. But, just kind of talk to people, good friends of mine that I talk to. And really just sound advice, not even about the game of basketball. Just, hey, man, put yourself in this situation. But the best advice I was given, in my opinion, was, hey, you'll figure it out. You're supposed to be in that position.
Yeah.
You'll figure it out. And it makes you think a little. You sit back and say, and that's basically it's telling me do it your way, because my way might not work for that group you got, or the way my path, how I got into the game, might be different. Everybody's path is different. You know what I mean? So my advice is just do it. Hopefully, you already had something in your brain that you envisioned. If I would ever become a head coach, this is how I would want to do it. This is how I wanted to look like. And the motto I had, man, my motivation was don't blow it. These guys before me have shown, I was fortunate. They have done it. A lot of people, they have done everything that you're trying to, for the most part, what a high school coach would want to do.
Okay.
The ultimate goal. And Coach Williams did it twice. He's done it twice. So, and failed sometimes too, as far as when I say failed, lost in the championship game. So I was able to be assistant on a team that got beat the second round, a team that lost the state championship, a team that won a state championship, in a group that lost in the top 28. So it's and all other things were going on. Just what I'm saying, not just basketball, just things going on just within the program. So I was just fortunate to be able to see all these different things and be able to be a part of this tradition and this I was in this I guess consistency of a program. And my main thing was I didn't want to drop the ball. That was my man. I don't want to drop the ball. And hey man, we ain't gonna try. I think what Coach we used to say. Hey, we ain't gonna try to reinvent the wheel. I just throw my little sprinkle in and keep it going. Keep it. Keep doing what you've been doing. But you ultimately, Coach Williams said this, and still said, hey, just do it your way.
Yeah,
do it your way. Whatever your way is your way. And honestly, man, I'm gonna get spiritual. You can't always talk to people, man. You got to have a conversation with you and God. Got to have them conversations alone. Because you just gotta do that because everybody's situation different, man. I'm pretty sure, Coach, you've been around the game for a while, man. Each program and each school is different.
Yes,
has been different. Different demographics,
seen it all.
Different parent. Yeah, so it's just and that's good for a young guy to come. Like if I was about to coach at whatever school if I'm about to be at Airline or Southwood and you have been there, I'm gonna call you. Hey man, what kind of people I'm about to deal with? What type of parents? Just to get your head, kind of get yourself a little bit prepared. You don't want to go into a test without studying a little bit. Any type of challenge. So I mean you got to take everything you say, but just kind of have an idea of how to get started, man. Like I'm still learning how to do a practice plan. Like I don't I'm still learning how to all that stuff. Like some days I don't have a practice plan. I just what I'm saying? So it's just a lot of stuff, man. We can always improve on, and that's what we here to talk about now. Just because it don't look a model, it don't look like Coach Williams did it, or Coach Bohannon did it, Coach Holiday had it. Don't mean you're wrong. You're just doing it your way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so it's the biggest thing though. In any time, I always say this when you're in a leadership role. I say that the greatest leaders are the best followers. See, let's just think about this a second. The greatest leaders are the greatest followers. So now, what does that mean? Okay, so that means let's go here. When you were an assistant coach, there were traits and attributes about you that Coach Bryant saw in you. Stuff that you didn't even realize was there. He spoke over your life what he saw in you that you didn't even realize it was there. So that means he saw you following the coaches that you work with as an assistant coach. He saw how you followed. But then watch this. But when you become the leader, guess what? You're still a follower. Okay, what am I following? I'm following the standards that I set in place. You see what I'm saying? And what happens is those standards, I make those standards, that's for the team. That means me and everybody else that's in this program, we're all following these standards. The decisions I'm making as a coach, the decisions you making as a player, as an assistant coach, we're all bound. We're following the standards we have for this program. Now watch this. If you don't have those standards, if you don't have a vision, if you don't have a mission, if you don't have those things in place, then what you have? Chaos. You have chaos. You see what I'm saying? And you wonder why things look a certain way in your program. It's because, okay, you say, well, I want to help kids and I want to win games. Okay, that's cool. How? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, how you gonna do this?
How? That's the part that we don't, well, we're going to do these drills and do them drills. No. See, that's the easy part. See, everybody can go. It's easy for me to get you bigger, faster, and stronger. It's easy to do that. But it's hard to get you to set screens. It's hard to get you to run on the track. It's hard to get you in the weight room. It's hard to get you to defensive rotations. It's hard to get you to be on time to class. It's hard to get you to sit in the front. All those different things.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, now I'm going into another new situation. My first week of school, it's not going to be any basketball. It's going to be setting expectations, setting routines. It's going to be meetings with my coaching staff every day. You know what I'm saying? So that we can all get on the same page about what it is that we are looking to accomplish here. And when we get to the basketball, that's the easy part. But how did I get to this point? How did I get there? Mentors. Errol Goff, this is his statement. This is what he says. It's not what you teach, it's what you emphasize. I'm like, God, that sound,
that's a fact.
It's like, oh, okay. What? It's not what you teach, it's what you he said you can teach 50 things, but you only can emphasize 2 or 3. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And so it's better for me to be great. And I forgot who it was that made the statement. It was a statement and it was in a movie. And I'm just paraphrasing to kind of change it for myself. But it was like, and I want to make sure, like I said, I'm just going to paraphrase and say it my way. You can work on 100 drills and, hey, we working. I can work on 5 and still kick your butt. I can perfect 5 drills while you just did 100. You see what I'm saying? I emphasize these 5 things, this program, we going to be perfect at it. You see what I'm saying?
Yes, and
so when you think, but that came from mentorship. That came from being around coaches and talking to different guys who've been in different situations to help me to understand how important it is to make sure that I'm setting those standards, putting that vision in place, line everything. Because we don't know how to do this stuff, bro. You don't know because you think it's basketball. It ain't. It ain't just basketball or football. Man, it's everything outside of it.
Man, it's not. It's probably about a good, man. It'll be more about 70% other than the sport, the game. It's just your habits, all that stuff, man. And I watch, man. I do more watching. I'll watch a Kevin Sampson's practice on what I can't watch online, or his speeches, or just I'll watch interviews. Like, what is he? How does he? What is he speaking about? What does he emphasize in his interview? Or like Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, the things they're speaking about, man. And that's and a lot of it has nothing to do with the game. It has nothing to do with the game, man. And I heard Kobe Bryant say, as a leader, the biggest challenge is to getting everybody in his all his teammates to have the same mindset that he has. So it won't just be one Kobe Bryant. It'll be 12 to 15 Kobe Bryants out there you got to face. And that's a challenge, but that's part of being a leader. And I took that and said, well, look, if that's my emphasis, I'm gonna emphasis on everybody in my program, including the coaches, and hopefully it'll trigger off to the teachers and the people around the campus that we all gonna have this one mindset and do everything excellent. We're not just gonna be good enough. We're gonna be better than good enough. We was in a meeting today in school about the LEAP testing and being approaching basic and being basic, or you're trying to hit that mastery level or advanced mastery. And if you've been told approaching basic is good, then you're setting the bar at average or below average.
That's aggravating. I really don't have. I really don't like those conversations.
Right. I'm like, so everybody's trying to be basic. Well, I'm telling my guys, you're not basic. You're better than that. You're advanced mastery. That's what you have in you. But that's my job to pull it out of you. You know what I mean? And when I said no, that's the expectation for everybody. You know what I mean? So, and that has nothing to do with no goddamn drills. I don't really got a good playbook of drills and stuff like that, man. You're gonna be tough, man. How you gonna be tough? Well, you're gonna throw that ball up and you're gonna fight to get that basketball. And whoever gets it, you teach them box out techniques, but you can box out all you want. But you gotta go grab that ball out of that off that rim. So just the mindset.
It is, man. But we gotta be, as coaches, man, we gotta be coachable. We got to. Anytime I get a job, the staff that I have, I tell them, I say, look, if you feel like I'm getting out of line, check me. That's it. But let's do it in the office. If it's something that I said or something I did or feel like I'm hadn't approached the kid the right way or something like that or a situation, I said, man, tell me. And I make sure I let them understand that this ain't about me being the head coach and I got all the answers. I said, look, I'm gonna make the final decision. I said, man, but don't bite your tongue with me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I'm like that as a person, but I also had to have somebody to tell me how important that is. Like, man, I pick up the phone and I chop it up with guys like Todd Russ down at Southside. Chris Bush, he ain't even coaching no more. You know what I'm saying? But man, Chris took me in 25 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I started off working with him at Negative Central. You know what I'm saying? These guys, I could Casey Jones at Wiseman. I could pick up the phone and call these guys and have conversations with them, about where I'm at right now. And for me, it's like it's like I want to be a little brother. You know what I'm saying? I want to be. Now I got access to Charles Smith, the legend, Hall of Famer. I can pick up the phone and call him and ask him any questions because I want to know if I'm going in the right direction. I want to know if something I did was wrong, or do I have another perspective that I need to have, in my profession? Because I don't want to feel like I got all the answers, man. Like I don't want to do that. And then even outside of that, I got ministers, preachers that I talk to. You know what I'm saying? Like that I can pick up the phone and ask leadership questions. You know what I'm saying? And it's something I always do, and I don't run away from. People can look at me from a distance and maybe think I'm cocky or something, arrogant, but I'm not. I listen. You know what I'm saying? If I can glean something that's gonna help me be better. But like I said, I got a problem today because I just feel like there are so many people. And let's talk about parents. Okay, you got parents that want the best for their kids, and you got parents that don't know what's best for their kids, and they trust coach. You see what I'm saying? To help them with their decision making. You can think about that. What before I say anything, you tell me now that you in your situation from assistant to head coach, and you think about parent interactions. Do you think consciously about what you're about to say? When you're talking about answering a question for a parent concerning a child, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I think some guys really, I either think they don't know, I hope they don't know, you know what I'm saying? Or some people being manipulative, man, just to get what they want. You know what I'm saying? What you think about that?
Nah, I just think that goes on. First of all, I think it's an honor. I'm like, then that's a sensitive subject to me because I'm honored for you to trust me with your kid, man or female, boy or girl. So because then I'm guilty. I don't trust everybody with mine. Like you ain't get like my son. He's 10. They got a tournament. I'm going. Like I drove to Kansas. Like I'm going because I just so I get like when someone trusts you with their kid. Man, that's you got to be honorable, man. You have to be caught. What if my son was this right here? Whatever the case may be. So I don't take that for granted, man. But it's about who you are as a person, and you're always honest, man. And you ain't got to be, and you might not get it right all the time. But you don't coach. Like I tell my parent, I don't coach you. You the parent. I coach your son. So really, man, you ain't really gonna have too many conversations about what you think is best for my son in this program. It's my program. So I'm gonna give you what the expectations are for in my program are, and then you can help him, guide him through that. But I'm mostly the conversation is gonna go through it straight to him, especially in this high school level, because they're transitioning from a teenage, they're transitioning from a young boy into almost like manhood, but not manhood. So little bit of responsibilities. I'm giving him the information, and his job is to give the parent the information. Like as far as just for instance, we got practice at 3:00. I'm not calling the parents, and I'm not in a group chat telling the parents what time we got practice. Because that's not how it goes. You know what I mean? Because if you get a little side job in the real world, like if you're working at a lot of kids get these fast food jobs, they don't call a parent and ask the parent, tell the parent what's the kid's schedule, or what time to pick them up, or there's no calling a parent. We had an incident at work today. And you had to talk to like no, they're not doing that. So that's how I treat it, as if like, hey man, this kid, this young man, he's not on his own yet, but we're gonna give him a little bit of principles, a little bit higher would be if he had a job. And when you're getting fired at your job, in a teenage job, they didn't call my parent. We're gonna let you go. We're gonna let your son go because he didn't do X, Y, and Z. They're just gonna let you go. And I'm going off study. But I don't really have any conversation with parents about the kid, unless it's something that's neglecting the kid. Like it's something like we did some abuse, like which that ain't gonna happen. But as far as playing time and when he feels this way about X, Y, and Z, I'm sorry. That's just not what I'm gonna do. Now, I'm not saying I'm wrong or right, but our program is very clear. We got standards. We communicate with the kids, the young men, and then we try to get them prepared for if they go to college or whatever it is. We try to do our little part because they're not doing that. They're not doing these things in a couple of years from now, or even next year. They're not doing that. They're not consulting with parents about things that you can consult with the kid about. So, I really don't have many. I've been fortunate not to have many incidents with parents. And I've had parents mad because they feel like their kids should be whatever they want to be, and that's fine too. I respect that, but that's just not reality sometimes.
Right. So with those things, when you think about it, do you? Okay, here go one. I'm gonna put you on the spot. Yeah. When you won your state championship, year one, you talk about a heck of a season. You know what I'm saying? I got a chance to witness it. I saw a lot of your games that year. When you won that title in your first year, can you say that? Let me try to see how I want to word the question. Did you feel was it something that you could say that like at that moment you was like, you know what, I got this, I'm good now, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying, do you feel like you had to lean on some mentorship and some coaching more after that? Like, and if you don't want to answer, you can plead the field. But if you're able to be transparent in this moment to say what your thought process was after you was in your first year, was able to basically uphold the Bossier legacies and got you one early. What mode did that do for you? Yeah, what happened for you?
Well, throughout the year we had challenges, man. I mean, I don't think I had the group that no one expected to win a state championship. I can't remember a time where they say, hey, that group right there, you're gonna win. Let's go back to summertime. We was getting beat by 30 and 40 and 50 points in the summer. It was 10-9 in mid-season. So, but I will say this: our guys stayed the course. They accepted. We talk about mentorship. The guys before, and that's just something, and I say this a lot. They came to practices, man. They came to practices. They don't know me. I'm a new head coach. They know Coach Will. So they will come into practice and they will say, this ain't this X, Y, Z. And our guys got tired of it. They was like, they started mumbling, man, I'm tired of people coming in here and saying this and that. Well, I said, well, you know what, man? You have a privilege for people to come in and tell you that. You got two options. You can take it this way and get in your feelings, or
Yeah.
you can embrace that. That's like Big Brother coming down telling you you need to do X, Y, and Z. Then it's not the we're not trying to kick you. You know, my big brother trying to make me tougher. You know, trying to make me better. And with the mindset, I'm not taking it this way. I'm taking this to help. I'm listening. I'm eating these words, even if I don't want to hear it at the time. You looking in the mirror. Hey man, we got to do this right. Whatever we got to do. And as it started unfolding. Oh man, we got a chance. Oh, we got a man. We won. I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you, man. We doubted ourselves.
Okay.
I doubted myself at times. So when that buzzer sounded and that ball went up and we won it, I was like, man, I just was thinking that, man, I didn't change. I stayed the course, man. That was the whole message, man. Stay the course. And I stay saying that now. Just stay the course, because you don't know. If I knew we was gonna win that state championship, you know, while we was going through those times, you know, who knows? But that's the beauty of working. You don't know. So you don't know. So that was a good way I can use that story later in life. That man, we just stayed the course. Nobody quit. Now you might have screamed in the locker room and got mad about something, but we ate those words. The message was, hey man, those guys have been in that fire. They telling you how to do it because they done it. And not saying just because you ain't win state championship, you don't know. But I mean, I'm getting information from Coach Bo, who's one coach, Coach Williams, who's won in those circumstances. Coach Williams won that year 2016 when no one expected them to win.
We beat them twice that year.
You know,
it fell apart.
Right. And it's like, man, I got to figure something out, you know. And his more thing, you figure it out, coach. You just can stay at the coach, you'll figure it out. And you know, it was like really like a surreal moment. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not sitting here and I'm just like, man, after that happened, I was just like, well, man, it ain't about everybody what everybody tell you and all this other stuff, man. You stay the course, man. You know what you got in this locker room, in between these lines, and your family.
So after that moment though, when you go back and you trace back, did you find yourself leaning on your mentors more or less when you go back and you just think about when you went through that first year, and then after you won and you went into that next year? Now that you consciously think about it, do you think that you leaned on them more or less?
I leaned on their words and their action. This thing you got to have called faith. Like you gotta believe in what you're doing. And no matter what it looked like, you know what it looked like, and you ain't always gonna get it right. I always lean on it, to be honest with you. I don't physically call them every time. I sit back and say, what would such do in this situation?
Yeah.
What would such do? What would they think to do? Just stay with it, or throw in the towel? I don't mean, you know. And then you got to start. That's got to be something in you, man. I'm stubborn on that. I kind of I listen to people. I don't listen to people. Like I take some pieces out what you say, but I still find a way to say I don't even know why I asked. I'm gonna do it the way I want to do it anyway. Obviously, I feel better for myself. And, I get that a lot, like with my mentor teachers and my people who look out for me, and I listen, but ultimately I'm stubborn on that. I kind of I'm gonna go out with it, what I think.
Yeah,
you know, I do better when I listen to myself.
Okay. Yeah.
And I'm not being. That's not being where you can't be. You don't listen to nobody. You one of those person who they know everything.
Yeah.
No, I listen to what I need to hear. I soak that stuff in, and I try to do it ultimately my way. That's what I told the young coach the other day. I said, hey man, look, the best advice I got for you is do it your way. That's what man, Coach Williams, Jeremiah, he still say it to this day. Hey man, do it your way, man.
Yeah.
Hey, don't get caught up in what nobody else say. Even me, if I tell you, do it your way.
Yeah.
Do it your way. Because
Yeah.
he was telling me at some times where, and I'm probably putting him on the spot, shouldn't say this. They got coaches before him, one of the best, was telling him, hey, you need to do this X, Y, and Z.
Okay.
And he's like, you always do it your way.
Yeah.
Always do it your way.
Yeah.
You don't gotta be disrespectful to the guys, or whoever, but do it your way.
Yeah.
And
but that's important though.
stick with
I still think that that's good for somebody that you look up to get you to be confident in your approach. And so that is that's mentorship as well. So it's like it's not that he giving you A, B, C, X, Y, Z, but he's saying that when you're making your decisions, my pastor say chew the meat, spit out the bones. Meaning, so in a conversation, it's a couple of things like, you know what, I can try that, but that right there, I don't think I'm gonna try that. But even with that though, how you and I are able to articulate things that were shared with us from guys who wanted a high level, and we have access to them to help us navigate through. And I think that's the thing I want to make sure that we're encouraging any young coaches that's coming in. It's like, man, pick up the phone. Like, man, when I call Coach Smith, Coach Charles Smith at Peabody, 40 years, multiple state titles. He's a part of the Naismith Hall of Fame. When I called him to invite him to our camp a few years ago, and he said yes just because I called and didn't text.
Yeah,
That he told me. He said, he said, yeah, man. He said, man, I appreciate you calling. He said, I don't really do texting a lot, he said, because you called, man, you seem like you're a nice young fella, man. He said, man, I'm coming. And you know what? He's been coming ever since. You know what I'm saying? And we're playing him this year. And so with him, I don't text him. I call him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
He's old school. He's old school.
Old school, man. But it's just, I really want to encourage our coaches that's coming up now. You said something. You said a coach called you to ask you for some help, and he said to you, it was like a breath of fresh air, because it's amazing how people view you. Maybe he thought you was cocky. Maybe he thought you was arrogant. Maybe he thought you was stuck on yourself. And I'm telling you right now, any young coach watching right now, I'm talking straight to you, man. Get out of your own head, whether it's fear or whether it's pride. Get out of your own head, man. When you see somebody that's doing what it is that you want to do, man, bruh, reach out. I've let coaches come into my practices, watch what we do. I've gone to other coaches today, watch what they do. I've taken days off of work, and I'll go sit and follow a coach for a day. Like, I've done this, bro. Like, just go hang out with them. Just see how you do your day. Like, man, don't be afraid to do. So don't let fear and don't let pride stop you from getting a relationship with somebody that you respect from a distance. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta be willing to learn from somebody. And you always gotta be, because the thing about it is, bro, in our position, if we feel like we got it figured out, you've already lost. Like, it's over with.
Oh, yeah.
Always. Because guess what? We learning from these kids too. I listen to these kids. I listen to them, bro. Look, some of the stuff, man, I listen to them, but I learned that from mentors. I learned that from Dave Bryant. I learned that from Coach Bush. You know what I'm saying? I learned, hey, man, you got to listen. When I work with Mike Coleman.
I learned from my coaches. I mean, like this year, man, Coach Rah, what was talking about today? We was having, I remember Coach Williams say, man, what are you trying to do with your offense? Now, I ain't telling you what to do. That question told me right there. Hey, it needs some fixing. And what Coach Rah did, and I'm gonna give him credit, in the JV group, we had JD play JV, him and Bonner, and he did the high-low with the two bigs. And and I was like, that's a good idea. So when we started district, I said, man, we got instead of Carrell shooting all these threes, let's put him under this goal, which he's more effective. He's 6'7". Let's take what he's doing in the JV group, and we started doing the high-low set. I know we hit that the high-low set in January, different ways. to get into that, and it was effective. It was more like I learned that from Coach Rara. You know what I'm saying? I learned that from I seen him do it, and I said, man, he said, well, Coach Williams did that, and they ran that 3. They did that in 2016 when they had Big Rudy, and they had
in Davenport.
Davenport. I looked at that. I said, man, you right. Man. And it was very simple, but we needed to get easier shots, easier, and that opened up some of the throw it inside, kick out, open. You know, we had a couple guys that could make an open shot.
Yeah,
we weren't really good at creating our own shot off the dribble.
There you go.
We did have length.
Yeah,
and I remember we played the first game. I know Southwood. We played them this. I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't ready for that. So we rolled that on from district on to the last game of the season.
You did.
And we couldn't, like, you can't be prideful. You learn from everyone. That's what I said. You learn from everybody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was like, man, that changed our season. And that could have been me. Man, we're gonna do it this way. In the beginning, like, man, we're gonna dribble drive. We're gonna do. Look, dude, you got 2'6".
Yeah.
2'6" guys.
Yeah.
You dribbling driving. So,
but see, man, but guess what though? I don't know if you did this or not. Did you make an acknowledgement? And you don't have to do this, but I'm just asking. Did you make an acknowledgement to your team that idea came from your assistant coach?
I had even running the offense. Hey, Coach, hey, you got it. You know what I'm saying?
So watch this. So look at what you planted in your team by being the head coach. It's a church term. It flows from the head down. So look at what you did. You led by example by showing your guys that, hey, I don't know everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't got all the answers, but I got somebody on our team that got something that's going to work for us. Yeah. And we're going to follow his lead, you know what I'm saying, with that. So what happens to the rest of the group when they see that? Then dang, if Coach Collins can lay down his pride and allow our assistant or somebody to give him something else to help us be greater, then what you think is going to happen to the team? But if you arrogant and you cocky, you know what I'm saying, and you to know it all, then what kind of spirit your team gonna have? You see what I'm saying?
That was
that's the thing.
Turnaround, man.
There you go.
That was one of our turnarounds. They bought in, and that's a buy-in factor with your other guys.
Man.
Now, Carell ain't crying. Carell, I got it easier here. He it's working. Now I'm going from I end up being, you know, and he end up, oh man, I just go here easy. I'm getting 20-25 round the basket. End up getting the, you know, in this individual, but he ended up getting every individual accolade he could. You know, he wanted down there because, you know, that was better for him.
That's right.
But I don't think the guys would have bought in the way they bought in if I didn't humble myself or whatever the case may be.
I love it. I love it.
We all a team. You know, and I'm about to take this away from my head. We all coaches. I coach here. We all, you know, but I can't, you know, you can't take that away. But you still got, you know, we all are coaches. Some things I got to deal with. The head coach got to deal with different, you know, logistic wise and all this other stuff that assistants don't have to deal with. But man, I think they helped us it helped the guys buy into the process of what, you know, with the change.
Yeah.
Thing when we did that and that happened, that's one of them. I mean, the season turned around. It turned around, man. So you're not too good to learn to know. You know, you don't know everything. And I know I don't know everything.
Absolutely, man. I mean, like right here in the title, it says growth, humility, and the power of being coachable. You know, it permeates throughout your team when you have that attitude. And I think, like I said, that's one of the things that I want to make sure that I keep going back to what I'm saying. It's something that I really believe that our young coaches coming in have to take the time, because my book, my ebook about this is called A Desire to Be Mentored. And I did that intentionally because man, we gotta want to be somebody's little brother or want to be somebody's nephew. We gotta want to be in that position. You know what I'm saying? You know the Bible says, sit at Jesus' feet. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta want to put ourselves in position because what happens is when you take that attitude, man, it goes through your program. You know what I'm saying? It goes through the
Right.
program, man. It's so many things that you can get from having somebody that you look up to, that kind of falls on you. And I even had the compliment of being said to me that, hey man, you remind me of Coach Bryant. You know what I'm saying? Like that was said to me, you know, by his sister. And that meant a whole lot to me. You know what I'm saying? Because that's somebody who I respect. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who I look up to, man. And the thing about it is, bro, it's crazy because little did I know that when my dad was my coach when I was in third through the eighth grade, well, not third grade, that was Coach Thrash. I'll say sixth, seventh, and eighth grade. Fifth through eighth grade, I played for my daddy. And I didn't know that my daddy sold this. Like, I didn't realize like he sold that in me. You know what I'm saying? Like, he put something in me, man. I don't know if I would have even thought about becoming a coach if my dad didn't spend those few years coaching me. You know what I'm saying? And I watched my dad pick up kids and pile up the Astro van and have kids at the house. Like all that stuff is mentoring. I'm able to go back and glean. You know what I'm saying? And we don't talk a whole lot. You know, he support me, but when we do talk, man, it's always I just remember how he gave up his time. You know, because his son played basketball, and so let me go grab all the other kids in the neighborhood and let's go play. You know what I'm saying?
We gonna do that.
And man, that stuff digs it digs deep, man. And I just like I said, I think the biggest thing is just making sure that in our roles, man, that our kids see us looking up to somebody. You know what I'm saying? I think they need to see us when Coach Williams come visit your gym and Coach Bohan, and that they know, hey man, this is my big brother, or this is my uncle, or this is somebody I look up to, and everything y'all learning, you know, these are guys that I get this from. Like I think they need to see us, you know, being humble and being submitted to somebody who has more experience than we do for that attitude to go through the program. I hope I'm making sense when I say that.
Well, yeah, it's true, man. You know, like my dad was like that too. My dad and his Coach Dan. He don't even know it. You know, I'd cut yards. Coach Dan did the same thing. He would cut yards and get us out there to help him cut and pick up everybody and coach. And it's like, and he was just doing it. He wasn't getting no money out of the deal. He just there was something in him he wanted. He still coached Dan. He probably never coached again, but you still gonna be Coach Dan, regardless. But it was. But you said that I remember just when we had a ring ceremony and Coach Rudy was there, and Coach Holiday, my head coach, was there. And the thing they don't know about Coach Holiday, he's been helping both the program. He does a lot of scouting. You know, he'll go. You know, Coach Holiday, man, if it's a playoff game, he will go to the game of the second, like the potential game that you might have that second round. He gonna go watch that game and scout it. And I'm talking about. I'm talking about. I mean, to the T. And I remember having that speech about Coach Rudy when I watched Coach Rudy coach back in the day when we were younger. He made it cool to be a coach. Like he did it cool. Like he was cool doing it. Yeah. And he's like, I want to do like that, man. You know, and I appreciate that. He don't, you know, I appreciate that. Coach Holiday, I didn't understand. And I didn't understand your mindset at the time. I just wanted to score. Put the ball in the hole. I know how to do this. But he was teaching me how to play basketball. The right way, learning, you know, and that helped you be a coach. Like we played for Coach Holiday, point guard actually had to run the offense and everything. It wasn't no looking
power.
Like we're gonna run it this way. Like you don't have to look at me and ask me what we run. This is what we running. You gotta have to control the game. Just really to control the game. And I told Coach, you know, in front of everybody, like, man, I appreciate that now as I'm older. You taught me how to understand basketball, watch film, and know every position. And I didn't even realize that you was teaching. You taught me the game of basketball. I knew how to play,
Yeah.
but you taught me how to understand the game.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man,
Yeah.
these are reasons why I want. These are guys that that's why I wanted to coach. You know,
Yeah.
I want to do it like that. I want to be like, you know, I want to do similar to what they're doing.
Yeah.
And I listen to Nick Saban, man. These guys, man, these college. I like to listen to college football coaches, basketball coaches, because they kind of similar. Because you going to school, you got kids going to school as well as being a student athlete versus the pros who don't have to necessarily deal with the day-to-day activity as a student athlete has to go through, like school and all that. So I watch all that stuff, man, and even you, like the mentorship part of it, like you willing to mentor somebody, you willing to be that person. You're putting yourself out here saying, "Look, come to me."
Yeah.
And I think what we're missing in this day and time, no one's out there putting their stuff out there. So when I got the text, I don't, it was kind of uncomfortable for coach because I don't think nobody's out there like it used to be, open putting their stuff out there, like call me if you need anything. But I'm trying to beat you. I'm your peer, but look, I'm trying to help you as well. Anything you need. And I talk to, and I think about, I talk to a lot of coaches, here and there. I talk to Sykes a lot. I used to talk to Sykes, talk to Vic when I can. Coach Rainer, Coach Martinez, those guys. So I think about it. You got a lot of guys that I piggyback on. I take a little bit of here and there. And we don't talk that long. I'm not gonna sit here and say that, but just like, hey man, how do you get Dean and how do you get these guys to play so hard? Like, what did you do? How
That's my question. That's the question I always get.
Oh man, I just want to know. Like this, you ain't gotta give me a secret, but just know I'm watching you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Coach C.O.D.E, I talked to him, man, 30 years in. He always give me words of encouragement. He called me out the blue, man, just to do that. And I appreciate that stuff.
Yeah.
We kind of beat each other, but at the same time, take time to say, hey man, look, man, I respect what you're doing, man. Keep doing it, man. Keep it up, man. I know, especially from guys that have been in the game that long, 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
I can't even see that far. I can't even see that far. And so even Martinez, man, he's good to get information from. He'll take time and speak with you about whatever you want to, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So and just willing to, man. And I think,
I got a question for you.
Okay.
What's a piece of advice that you receive that when you got it, you really didn't want to hit it?
Okay. Good advice, but it's just advice.
You got it, and I guess you wouldn't know if it was good or bad until you tried it. So because there's hindsight, but when you got it, what is some piece of advice that you got? You know what I'm saying? That you really didn't want to hit it, probably in that moment in time. Can you remember, anything like that?
Well, I get it a lot. I get it from L. Williams a lot. L. Williams told me one day, he said, all you do is concerned about going to cut them yards out of school. You ain't even sitting here and you're not even really coaching. You're putting your responsibilities off on somebody else. I said, dang, L, I'm just telling you.
That is. Yeah.
All you want to do is as soon as that bell ring, you trying to go get the
hey man, that's bad.
I said, you be the moment of silence.
Bruh,
you want to get in defense mode, but you got to look in the mirror, man. You say, look, see, that's what's wrong with y'all now. In my opinion, so, I'm here every day because she's there every day. And, that's all you want to do.
Man, Tanya, bro. But Tanya, that's her though. Like she don't.
I didn't know how to take it. Sometimes I go back and forth. We argue now. I don't want to hear it. And sometimes I'd be like, and then I call her later. Man, you were right, man. I hate to say that you're right, but you're right.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, she did that, man.
Yeah.
And man, I remember, and sometimes, every once in a while, man, you should have went to that zone or something like.
Yeah.
It's nice doing sometimes. He don't realize he's doing it. Hey, man, you got to throw that zone out there on them, coach, man. Hey,
Yeah.
coach, you know what I'm saying? Things like that, man. Like, especially when we in the playoffs or something, or I mean, I still messing with Right and Post Marlon them now. State championship game, we had about 2 or 3 turnovers in a row. They were saying, call timeout, coach. I said, no, man, I'm going to call. We're going to score, and I'm going to hit the timeout. We're going to score. I want to call timeout then. One possession, turnover. Next possession, turnover. So call the timeout. I said, man, we're going to get we third possession, turnover. Oh, I should have called. And then later on, the game over now.
Yeah.
Man, I should call that timeout, man. Man, shut up. God, my bad, man. I should call that timeout. Huh? It's too late now. Man, there's a lot of things I go back. I mean, I remember the third round like it's you remember losses more than you remember the wins.
You do.
And
stick with you.
Just thinking about, we was trying to get Carroll. I thought we needed rebounds.
Yeah.
But we really probably need to put in another score.
Okay.
And just the score. But I was like, we need a rebound. I look back and we should have. I put a bigger lineup in, and it just didn't work out. I mean, they were still beating us on the boards, man. I'm like, man, I wish I would have did this, did that.
Yeah,
but, stuff like and you was told, hey, do this, and you went against it. And
so here goes something to throw on top of that. This is a little nugget. You might know this, but I'm gonna throw this in. Sometimes what's obvious, they say Captain Obvious. Well, they can say, well, we getting beat on the boards. Okay, all right, we see that.
Yeah.
But then you still got to look at your personnel. Who do I trust more in these moments? So rebounding, we might be getting beat on rebounding, but that's the result of something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It's the result of something. So when you go into the next level mentality, it's when, okay, why are we getting, beat on the boards? Okay, what is it that's happening? When I look at the defensive side, look at the offensive side, what's happening that leads to?
Yeah.
So let me tell you what happened to me. And you're going to trip out on this. This was years ago in Fair Park's gym. Mm-hmm. Southern Shreveport was playing at Fair Park. Back then I had the gym open. Anybody was coming.
Yeah.
I'm sitting on the side watching them play. Some of my guys from Fair Park, guys from Southern, my brother Ty, other guys in there playing. These two kids are sitting on the side in between the game talking about a defensive rotation.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, hey, man, when we on the strong side, he said, don't help out of the corner. He said, the help go come from the backside. He said, stay on the corner. He said, we're going to get the backside guy to come and rotate early. So then that's going to stop the drive. And then we're going to get the rebound. I'm listening to two kids have this conversation.
Yeah.
Bro, I made a whole drill. out of that. Change my team. We did I created a drill based off what I heard. Two kids, probably 19, 20 years old, college athletes, having a conversation about the game. And I created a drill. I think I called the shooter side rotation. And so we started, and I don't do it with every team, but with this team I could, because your backside guys got to be tough. That's back when I had Emerson and Jeremy playing on the backside.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know how I feel.
You
see what I'm saying? So we stopped helping out of the corner. And so what we do is we'll load early, and you'll have one of those. My guards was tough back then. You remember them? Emerson, Jeremy, Carl Beasley, Lister. You know Lister, a Bossier boy.
Yeah.
It was that year when I learned it. And so I had guys that was tough like that on the backside. So we'll load early and then make sure when the shot was taken, one of those guys was getting the rebound. We go, man. And so from that point, when I made that adjustment and coming in, bro, you talk about destroying. So even though teams would say we get beat on the boards, now it's something else that's leading to that. And so that helped me to start seeing the game. And I had the conversation with, guess who? Dave Bryant.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And I think I might have talked to Todd Russ about it too as well, because this is a few years ago. It's probably 8-9 years ago. But just see that moment, man. Like, we got to be open to receiving. You know what I'm saying? We got to be open to receiving, man. Like, we can't think that we got it all. Like, I got 20 years in. I'm going to a new job. Everybody, getting all these people. Oh, Coach, we can't wait. Oh, we know you're going to do this, that. No, bro, this ain't on me. I gotta observe the kids I'm coaching. I still got to pick up the phone and call guys like you and Bush and Russ and Casey Jones and Coach. I got to pick up the phone and call, ask questions. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you what I see in them. I just see it from a distance. They got one aspect. Them little suckers play hard. They tough.
They play hard.
They look. You can't disguise that. You either tough or you're not. You play hard or you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah. And and some of that is who you are. That's just who you are, man.
Yeah.
And, hey, that's one phase you're ahead of the curve on. Because you got to do that to get teams to play hard, man. Like, some people don't know how to play hard. They just don't know.
That's true.
And I'm learning. It has some guys today, man. I mean, the other day, I was telling, they never heard about exposing your will. Man, what is that? Oh, they ain't heard these frames. They haven't heard that.
Yeah.
And it's like, I thought everybody had those conversations. And maybe they say it a different ways.
That's good. That's good.
That's stuff that sometimes you got to teach that. Teach that, man. I used to get college coaches to tell me, you think you're playing, you ain't tired. You just ain't never played this hard before.
So
tired, man.
So before we close out, and time is far spent, our conversations are always good. I always appreciate having you here, man. But right now, what would you tell a coach who feels like they've outgrown needing mentorship? So now you putting your thinking cap on. Like, what would you say to that guy who think that they've, or young lady who think that they've outgrown needing mentorship, or doesn't know who to turn to? So what would you say to them if they think they've outgrown mentorship, or they don't know who to turn to? What would you say to that coach?
I will reverse that. I say it's the opposite. You know who to turn to. You just don't want to. You're resisting it.
Ooh.
And you haven't outgrown. The game might have outgrown you, and you just don't know it.
Ooh.
So, that's just you're never too big. Like you say, everybody. We don't know everything. If you got that mindset, it's think about it the opposite.
Yeah.
Think about it the opposite. It's you know who to turn to. And your pride might tell you not to.
Coach, I like that. I like that, because I got some. I'll say stuff like this. I'll say, you can't do it. Ain't that you can't do it. You don't want to do it.
You don't want to, man. Care what you saying. Yeah, I don't care what your mind done told you. I'm telling you what I'm telling you, and I'm gonna tell you I'm right in this aspect, because I feel like that's I don't give a dog on what you think you have accomplished in your career. It's always room to improve. It's always room to get better. And it's always somebody has done better than you. If you think you have arrived, somebody else is there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If you think you got the nicest car, somebody got a nicer car. You think has the most money, somebody got more.
I like that, man. I like that. I like that, man. I like that, bro. You could have been no more clear.
Yeah. When we won the championship, man, and you have people who simple-minded and just don't know. Man, you done won championship, you arrived. I got so much room to grow. I still got a lot to prove to myself.
Yeah.
As a person, as a coach, as a leader. So it's like that's not the ultimate goal. You win one. Well, you want to win one. Like the Jordan mindset, win again, do it again, do it again. Okay, it was. Hey, what you did? What have you did lately? What have you did? So,
yeah, because I ain't got my one yet. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got my one yet, man. But
this coaches that got 12 of them. Like look at. I'm like Coach Charles Smith. He can probably run out of hands, but he's still at it. He still got it's something he has. He wakes up every morning and says, I need to prove I got a new group. I want to see where I can go from here with this group. And it's sweeter. It's not nothing one better than I mean. It's sweet to win each year if you could. That's the goal. I told my guys the other day. I said, "Hey man, when you think you're right, let's change our goal. Let's try to go undefeated.
Okay.
Let's go. That's hard to do. Well, of course. Embrace that hard. Run that hard.
I like that.
It ain't impossible.
That's good. I like that. That's the goal. That's good. I like that, man. That's real. That's good. You change the bar. Change the bar and have different steps that you can focus on. What we said earlier about aero golf is not what you teach, is what you emphasize. You can have different points of emphasis. You know what I'm saying? And say we want to focus on this. I like that. I like that, man. I like that. Well, look, man, we gonna get ready to close out here, man. And man, I'm in the morning, bro. I got an early flight, man. We gonna take the son out of town for his 13th birthday, man. So, bro, we gonna get out of here for a few days.
Keep you young, man. I see keeping you young, man. Got you doing all types.
Yeah, man. We gonna do that. Yeah, we gonna do that, man. But I'm gonna close out with this statement, man, and we're gonna do our our closing video, man. And you and I, I'll send you to the backstage and we'll chop it up a little more. But I think I can say this. I think I might have said this earlier, but I'm gonna say it kind of differently. Your ability to lead others will always be connected to your willingness to be led. I'm gonna say it again. Your ability to lead others will always be connected to your willingness to be led. And what I said earlier, it flows from the head down. Stay coachable, stay grounded, and keep growing. All right. So hopefully, man, whoever's listening tonight, whoever watches this video later on, remember that, man. When you want to be led, it's going to permeate through your program. So coaches, man, good night. Thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of the Coaches C.O.D.E podcast, man. We're going to keep rocking every Monday, 8 p.m. Central. I'm Coach Hamilton. This coach, the great Justin Collins. All right, man. We appreciate y'all coming in and sitting on the conversation with us. And we'll see y'all next week at the same time. Make sure if you're watching the video here on YouTube, man, share it out with somebody. And, hopefully this thing can catch on like wildfire. We're going to keep coming in and provide new content and new topics, man, to talk about to help our coaching community continue to grow. Because guess what? The better coaches we have, the better kids we have. Y'all take it easy.
Hey, Coach. Yes, you. First, thank you for tuning in to tonight's show. Before you go, don't forget, everything you need to lead well and last long is waiting for you at my website, eddiejhamilton.com/shop. Devotionals, digital workbooks, tools to build culture, and real strategies to help you navigate coaching, family, and faith. It's all there. So do me a favor, Coach. Click that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and share this with a coach who's ready to lead with purpose. We're in this together. Let's build something that lasts. Hopefully, I'll see you at the next show coming soon. So stay tuned. Have a great day, Coach.